Welcome back to Raw Politics. Now, France and Germany, they made a big public pledge of solidarity to each other today by signing a new friendship treaty. President Emmanuel Macron and Chancellor Angela Merkel met in the German city of Aachen exactly 56 years after the former enemies signed a historic pact in Paris. It promises deeper economic, military and cultural ties between France and Germany, while standing up against the rise of populism. However, critics argue that there is nothing new in the treaty and that the two countries need to be bolder to ensure that Europe's voice is heard around the world. All right, with me in the studio to dissect today's renewed alliance is French journalist and contributor for The New Statesman, Pauline Bock. We have Latvian MEP and Vice Chair of the European Conservatives and Reformists, Robert Zille. And back with me is Andrew Byrne, EU correspondent for the Sunday Times. All right, when we look at this Franco-German event today, I'll start with you. Robert, is it symbolic or is there really substance here that we should be celebrating?
Those who organized it, for them it's symbolic. I think it's very much aimed to internal political issues in France and Germany, and also some kind of message to the counterparties here in European level politics. But, I'm not sure that it was very symbolic for the rest of the European Union.
What is it for the rest of the European Union?
I think it's some worries about how it will work, because I think Minister of Foreign Affairs of Germany, Mr. Maas, he said that with this symbolic treaty we have to fight for stronger Europe. What does it mean to fight with whom? And where we are ending at the end, does it mean that in the future only for Europe and Union would be good, only what is good for France and Germany? That doesn't fit for most of the other countries.
I mean, on the other hand, we talk about this strong alliance, but in fact they're in very weak positions. Macron is weak, and Angela Merkel will be out in a few years. I mean, they're not exactly the best ones to lead Europe. Is that a fair assessment to make?
It is. I mean, Macron's not in a great position at the moment. He's just launched this great national debate. He's trying to, have a dialogue with his own country, really, his own people. And it's working to some extent, but...
And who are they to tell other European countries how to,
exactly,
to move forward when they can't solve their own problems?
And it's not just tell other countries to move forward. It's also, show our own friendship, just a Franco-German friendship. It's a bit like, here we are, just the two of us. It's always been about this couple because they're both founding member states, but we're at this point when we are 27 now, and maybe we should try and make new alliances and talk to other people, not just ourselves.
But it's just like an old club, isn't it? It's like the old Europe. We're seeing...
It is. It strikes me. I mean, no one does symbolism like France and Germany, and they like these great ceremonies, and there's stamps and treaties and signatures, but it's kind of a pale imitation of the real thing, and it's meant to kind of echo the famous 1963 Elysee Treaty between the two countries, which was a real sort of founding moment.
But in the context of today, doesn't it isolate everybody else?
Absolutely. What's changed is that the EU is now a club of 28 countries rather than the much smaller grouping it was before. And also the substance, the actual level of ambition in this treaty is,
but they do
as
want
the
an
report
army.
Showed. Well, I mean, again, we've discussed this before.
We have.
Like rhetorical statement about armies. In substance, there's very little there that's actually encouraging or impressive. And I think increasingly it's going to be, it's just not possible for the Franco-German motor, which I think many states always looked at suspiciously and warily in the past. But now in a group of 28, where you have other alliances, you've got the Visegrad group of Central European countries, you've got the new Hanseatic League of liberal states. And so this is a real problem because...
So should they be, I'll ask you that, should they be reaching out to the East?
I'm belonging to New Hanseatic, my country belonging to New Hanseatic League.
Yes, it is.
But we are not making some kind of treaty symbolic from the, 14th century or 15th century.
No, you're actually getting the job done.
No, for sure. Sure, but should France and Germany be reaching out a lot more to the East, let's say?
Well, then we have to look what is. There is an economical part in the treaty. There are the military and defense part, and also some kind even language issues on this treaty, Aachen, which was have signed. And I think all of them are also aimed to some direction. But if you were looking how it works in real life, in economy, for example, Germany, actually Angela Merkel for many years didn't support Macron's ideas since he became a president of France. And at the same time, we are looking to military and defense issue, which is very important for my area, from Baltic states, for Poland. For us, it's important how this possible increase of defense capacity on European level will help security in our area. And we had some doubts, honestly speaking, and the treaty will not give us more doubts, because if we are looking at real life, for example, Minsk Treaty, Ukraine-Russia issue, Germany and France didn't deliver anything.
No, they didn't. Okay, very
Yeah, I mean,
quickly.
if you look at this from Germany and Paris's perspective, they look at this as a kind of a Gulliver's dilemma. They're the giants tied down by the Lilliputian small states.
Yeah.
And their argument, which has some merit, is that the EU will never make great leaps forward if those two can plough forward and have others come in behind.
That was the question I
are
was
we
going to ask.
still-
Last word, do they need to be bolder and find a new way of moving Europe forward? Just very quickly, because we don't have
Yeah,
time.
I think so. I think they should be talking to other countries, and they should be making new alliances, and not just. Are we still at the time when we have to renow our own vows? Like, we need to go beyond that, and we need to talk to new members.
To move forward, basically.